Presidential campaigns for both parties held events in South Florida this week. While Republicans got the debate spotlight, Biden campaign officials met with Florida Democrats for events to counter the stage and a rally by the frontrunner, former President Trump. Joining us now to discuss the event and how Democrats can win the state of Florida is Nikki, chair of the state's Democratic Party. Nikki, thanks so much for joining us tonight.
Thanks for having me on.
What does President Biden need to do to win Florida?
First of all, President Biden has had a tremendous record. In the last 3 years, the type of economic policies he's put through, a record number of legislative accomplishments and wins. And so what President Biden has to do here in Florida is showcase those. Come here to the state of Florida and explain to the people of our state all of those accomplishments and how it's going to impact their lives every single day. Whether it's the CHIPS program, which is creating enormous amount of jobs, good paying jobs here in the state of Florida and across the country, the infrastructure bills that are going to be putting more jobs on building of roads and replacements of our streets and our septic tanks and sewers and all this infrastructure here in the state of Florida. So what President Biden needs to do is come here to the state, showcase the accomplishments and continue building on his record of accomplishments, but also making sure that we have a very diverse coalition that is based on democracy and that's based on freedoms, not only here in the state of Florida, but across the country.
Well, we know President Biden's poll numbers have taken a hit recently, particularly with his response to the conflict in Gaza. What are Florida voters looking for from him when it comes to this conflict?
Right now, Florida is the third largest population of the Jewish community, including myself. And right now, Jews across the country are steadfast in the fact that President Biden has supported the state of Israel. And so right now, we've seen a unification here in the Democratic Party in the state of Florida, where myself, our minority leader in both the House and the Senate, as well as our congressional delegation, stand behind the president. And that is really where the energy here is in the state of Florida, is making sure that we are supporting one of our greatest allies into the Middle East. But of course, this is a complicated issue and our hearts are broken for all of the innocent Palestinian lives that are being lost right now. And our number one goal always is peace in the Middle East.
Aside from the debate, there was more drama in Florida recently when Donald Trump flipped a handful of state lawmakers to his side, including some who had previously supported DeSantis. Do you feel that Democrats can benefit from this?
Yes, I continue to crisscross the state and say that Florida Democrats are in a moment right now where not only has the Republican Party under the leadership of Ron DeSantis taken our state in such an extreme manner. Florida has always been libertarian in its nature, and taking our state into such an extreme gives Florida Democrats the opportunity to talk about the everyday issues that are impacting Floridians, including the fact that we have got the highest inflation in the nation at 9%. Property insurance is through the roof. We have an insurance crisis, unaffordability, access to health care, all while Ron DeSantis is running for president and the internal civil war between the DeSantis camp and the Trump camp. And Florida Democrats are united like we've never been before, talking about the everyday issues impacting everybody here in our state. That's the economy, that's the access to reproductive health care, that's the elimination of our book bans across the state, and making sure, again, that we are protecting democracy and freedom, which unfortunately Republicans haven't done. So the internal civil war of the Republican Party is really going to help Democrats, because at the end of the day, we know that there's going to be a reckoning here in our state where the Republicans have taken us, and it's going to be delivered at the hands of the Florida Democrats.
Okay, Nikki Fried, appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me on tonight.
For more on this, thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.